Aston Martin is furious at Lance Stroll after his disastrous Chinese Grand Prix and the tumultuous performance that continued in Shanghai. The Canadian driver is seemingly driven by a determination to prove his worth in Formula One, independent of his father's influence. Despite recent comments hinting at uncertainty about his future in the sport, his team expresses a desire for a long-term partnership. However, Stroll's latest mishap in China raises questions about his father's strategic decisions for the team. Though he aims for a championship mindset, the complexity of his relationship with his father could jeopardize Aston Martin. Can Honda intervene to alter this trajectory? Stroll's Chinese Grand Prix went from bad to worse as he was outperformed by his teammate Fernando Alonso and collided with Daniel Ricciardo under safety car conditions. Stroll blamed Ricciardo for braking unexpectedly. A ridiculous excuse, given their position in the pack. This incident not only ended Ricciardo's promising race, but also fueled doubts about Stroll's professionalism and future in the sport. The stewards imposed a 10-second penalty on Lance, which he served during the final pit stop, culminating in a last-place finish that encapsulates his lackluster performance this season. Aston Martin, fighting with Mercedes for fourth place in the Constructor Championship, falls short of expectations. The gap between the two teams, previously just 1 point in favor of Mercedes, widened to 12 points after Hamilton and Russell's strong showing in the sprint race and the 7-time world champion's impressive 9th-place finish from the back of the grid. With most of Aston Martin's 40 points coming from Alonso, overshadowing Stroll's meager tally, tensions rise among fans regarding Stroll's future in the sport amidst the team's insistence on his importance due to technical expertise. However, reliance on a single driver prompts speculation about Aston Martin's midfield position unless changes occur in the second seat. Moreover, the prospect of Stroll exiting the sport while his father retains ownership raises questions about the team's trajectory. The incident in China has intensified these discussions further. Lance continued to deflect blame for the crash, attributing it to a concertina effect initiated by someone braking at the front of the pack, causing a chain reaction. He expressed frustration at being penalized despite the circumstances, emphasizing that it wasn't a typical rear-end collision. However, critics argue that he should have been more vigilant amidst the mid-pack chaos. Adding to the controversy, Ricciardo reacted furiously after reviewing Stroll's onboard camera footage, alleging Stroll's lack of attention to the situation ahead, a perceived display of unprofessionalism in the heat of the race. Discussing the incident that caused terminal damage to Ricciardo's diffuser, he emphasized the need for vigilance during race restarts, as the leader's actions are unpredictable. Ricciardo criticized Stroll's impact, noting that nearly half of Stroll's car went under his, indicating a significant collision. He expressed frustration at Stroll's apparent lack of attention, as evidenced by Stroll's focus on the corner apex rather than the car ahead. Many question why Stroll continues to race despite such incidents, with the common speculation being his father's ownership of the team. Aston Martin's commitment to Stroll is attributed to his valuable technical knowledge, although some argue that such expertise could be utilized in simulators or other racing categories the team competes in. Even Max Verstappen found himself amused, even laughing at the sight of Lance colliding with Ricciardo. The peculiarity of the incident made it difficult to determine if it occurred during the safety car period. Nevertheless, the fundamental question arises: should Aston Martin continue with Lance as their second driver? With Honda joining from 2026 onwards, Aston Martin aims to elevate its competitiveness to match top teams. However, achieving this requires two consistent, high-scoring drivers. Currently, Alonso seems to be the sole reliable performer for Aston Martin. Although Honda has a unique relationship with their drivers, as seen with Tsunoda's turnaround in Racing Bull, he could be a strong contender for a seat at Aston Martin if circumstances change. However, despite the Silverstone-based team's reluctance to part ways with Lance, a decision certainly influenced by Lawrence, one can't ignore the self-destructive cycle fueled by the father-son dynamic within the team's ownership. Regarding Lance's future, Aston Martin's team principal, Mike Crack, emphasized the importance of continuity, stating that Lance is integral to their project. On the other hand, Kosi Watanabe, Honda F1's director, stressed Honda's aim for the best possible lineup from 2026 onwards. If issues persist, Honda may exert pressure on Lawrence to alter the driver lineup, even considering Alonso's performance, which doesn't compare to Stroll's. Honda's decision to collaborate with Aston Martin stemmed from extensive discussions following their challenging stint at McLaren in 2017. Therefore, it's crucial for Lance to realize that his father's ownership doesn't guarantee his seat's safety when a more influential party demands results. Aston Martin faces significant questions, notably whether to prioritize Lance's comfort zone or pursue greater success. Continuing in the midfield despite investments risks disappointing fans worldwide, potentially leading to protests against Lance's racing maneuvers. As Aston Martin transitions into a new era with Honda, unresolved issues linger, especially considering Honda's success with Red Bull. Honda won't tolerate Lance jeopardizing competitiveness, and if no improvements occur, they may intervene more decisively than Mercedes, the current engine supplier. Given these circumstances, should Lance depart the team soon? Share your thoughts in the comments.